Alright, what's going on, everyone? Want to get back to my military videos real quick. So, something you probably didn't know. I want to talk about, how the military is doing cutbacks and everything. And I just really want to talk about that. The military is getting strict on who they're letting in. Um, if you have any type of criminal record or anything like that, you are pushing it, and you probably not going to get in, even enlisting wise. Um, really, for enlistees, for the last year, the military has really just been looking for high school juniors and seniors and recent graduates who have no criminal record and just finished their high school degree. For the enlisted ranks and for their officer ranks, I talked to a Marine officer recruiter a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, and I talked to an Air Force officer recruiter about 2 weeks ago, and they both told me that they're only looking for college freshmen and sophomores, really, for officer programs. So if you do meet this criteria and you're thinking about joining the military, I would highly consider jumping on it immediately. Just because the doors aren't going to get any more open anytime soon. We don't really have a need for the amount of troops we have anymore. And especially with the way the economy is going, with everyone trying to get into military, they had to raise their standards. When I was enlisting this time last year, oh wow, I was supposed to go to boot camp tomorrow last year. Anyway, um, there was about a 6 to 8 month waiting period to go to boot camp, and that was last year. So nowadays, if you get a boot camp date about 6 months away, hang on to that date, man, because most people are. I know one guy who enlisted a couple months ago. He's got a 10 month waiting period. They keep you the longest they can keep you is a year, but they have the ability to kick you out of the delayed entry program, tell you to retry again, and keep you waiting for another year. So my advice for you, if you're enlisting, you got a long waiting period. Just stay out of trouble, stay busy, and possibly start thinking about taking community college courses. Just bypass time. It'll help you later in the future. As far as college, I didn't know this, but they've cut back on the ROTC a bit. They didn't raise the standards for joining ROTC. The selection process for the scholarship is definitely been raised. Getting the full ride RTC scholarship is just as tough as getting into a service academy nowadays, so it's pretty ridiculous. One thing I did know that I found really valuable information is if you're planning on doing Air Force ROTC or NROTC, they have lowered lowered their deadline. The latest you can join Air Force ROTC, I believe the guy told me, was your first semester sophomore year. If you don't join by then, you can't join. Period. There are no more Air Force ROTC scholarships for in-college students. They are only for high school students, high school seniors. Other than that, there are no more Air Force ROTC scholarships. I'm pushing it. I'm doing Air Force ROTC next semester. I regret not doing it this semester because you do get a tuition waiver for doing it in the state of Illinois if you qualify. Navy has a policy where you can't join at your junior year because that's where everyone gets contracted and with the Navy and everything. So anything after that year, you're pushing it. I believe Army still has a 2-year program. I'm not 100% sure on it, but basically, I'm making this video just to say, if you can get in enlisted or officer program, I would run with it. Especially if you're above a junior year in college status, hang on to it because that's rare to come by. Especially if you have a non-technical degree, you hit a 1 in a million because the military doesn't really need non-technical degrees anymore. They really only want technical degrees, and they've only been wanting technical degrees for some time now. But do what you can. That's my 2 cents.